When I was growing up, like I said, I lived in the very far north. So we had 2 channels that we could get on television. 1.5 because half the time one of them didn't work because the snow was too heavy. But a lot of what we got was Star Trek or science fiction movies, really terrible science fiction movies, or even, you know, Star Wars. We'd go and see it at the movie theater. And it was great. And I loved it, and it's part of why I started doing martial arts as well, because I wanted to be able to fight and do cool fight scenes in the movies and that kind of thing. So yeah, I am, definitely. I feel like Star Trek is one of the things that raised me as a child. We used to watch it every night, and it was really important to me, really, really important to me. I'm not as much of a Star Wars fan, but I definitely am. Like, the lightsaber fight was awesome, so much fun. And I read constantly, and it's mostly science fiction and fantasy books, and I read all the time. It's the way I relax. And I love television shows that are like all the superhero shows that are out now and all the movies. Fantastic. They're so good. So for me, it's nice to be able to indulge that. I'm not like, when I put a really pretty dress on, that's really fun too, but it's not so much me as that other side is. So. When I was growing up, I kind of had a plan for how I thought my life would go, and it wasn't this. I was going to be a teacher, and then I was going to move to another country and work in developing countries in education. That was my plan. And then my life completely changed, and a lot of things happened that caused that change. And now I don't think I have a plan, and I don't think plans work for me. I try to make the best decisions based on my gut. I started living by my gut, and that led me to my husband, who is an amazing man, and I'm very happy, and that's a lot of where I find my peace, actually. He's a wonderful guy. He's a really wonderful guy, and my life is crazy. It's May almost. Tomorrow's May? Yeah. And I have been on already, I don't know how many flights. Last week I was in Florida. 2 weeks before that I was in Dublin. 3 days ago I was in Slovenia. Yeah, I was in America, in California right before that. Malta in the middle. And we're only a few months into the year, and it's intense. I keep trying to make choices that make my life slower, and I really am, and it's not working. But I'm going to keep trying. That was one of the reasons I wanted to work with Tilt Events, was it's here. And it's rooted, and I want to find more roots instead of being traveling everywhere. I want this to be home and be rooted. So yeah, but I'm lucky. I mean, I fly around all the world, and Giovanni is incredibly busy himself, but is always a lovely home to come home to. So. I was a little scared to take on such a big role, but I've always really liked the people that work at Tilt Events. I've always liked the events that they run. And for me, Venice is a really special place. It was the first place I'd ever been to in Italy, and I loved it. And it was years ago when I came with friends. When I worked for the European Poker Tour, there was the San Remo and then Monte Carlo, and between was like a week. And so a whole bunch of us who worked for PokerStars were like, let's go to Venice. We'd never been here. So we came, and I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love in Venice as well. And then I got engaged in Venice. So it's a really special place for me. So it seemed like a really smart thing to do. And the other thing is, I really like it when poker's fun. I'm a big believer in poker being entertainment, and I understand that people make a living at it. I mean, Giovanni's a professional poker player, and I know lots of professional poker players. But for me, poker is fun, and I like a smaller buy-in event where people can come and play a whole bunch of different side events that might be interesting, that they might like a knockout or like the choose your side. Hopefully the win the button will be the choose your side, because I really want that one.
So you're competitive?
Yes, I want that one to win. But yeah, I like poker. I want it to be fun again.